only one lure, that's right, if you could only use one lure for an entire year to bass fish, what would it be? I get that question asked a lot, so I want to just go ahead, jump into it, go in depth, and for the last number of years, I've basically had the exact same answer. And it's pretty simple to me. If I could only have one bass fishing lure to fish with for an entire year, whether it means, you know, trying to catch big ones, trying to catch a bunch of fish, or just trying to make my living on the tournament trail, it would be a 1/2 ounce mini flip jig, hands down. A small compact jig like that, you can just do a lot of different things. You can swim it, you can flip it, you can throw it out there and drag it back in. You can just fish it, and you can fish it in cold water. You can fish it pre-spawn. You can catch fish off of beds with it. You can catch them in a post-spawn, summertime. I mean, like, you name it. You fish around docks, laydowns. I mean, kind of anywhere a bass lives, you can, you know, pretty much year round. I'd go with a 1/2 ounce bruiser mini flip jig. My preferable trailer would be this mini D-chunk, because it's got some nice kick to it. It's hung in the skirt there a little bit, but it fits on the jig real nice and keeps it compact. The 1/2 ounce would probably not be my go-to size for swimming, but I could make it work. Especially if I'm trying to swim it a little bit deeper, you know, like if I'm fishing grass offshore and I'm just kind of, you know, slow rolling it around. 1/2 ounce wouldn't be too bad. But if I'm trying to keep it up in the water column, it's nice that we have other jigs, you know, like mini swim jigs and stuff now to kind of go that direction, or whatever, you know, 1/4 ounce Bavarni swim jig, whatever, would be a little more dialed in. But I could definitely swim this bad boy right there if I had to. And the bruiser would definitely be my choice. I've caught a lot of fish, even in really clear water, on black and blue. That's just probably my go-to #1 color. Green pumpkin's probably #2, but bruiser's probably just my #1. You know, slight stain, fall of the year. I mean, I think Denny Brower back in the day just kind of etched it in a lot of people's brain that you could take a black and blue jig and fish it kind of anywhere, anytime, and definitely catch fish on it. And this is little smaller profile, a little finer cut skirt, definitely is something I think that adds to it. You know, if I'm going to be flipping it, I mean, this is my go-to for flipping and pitching, probably in general when I'm fishing, you know, isolated hardcover. You know, that's like docks. I'm going to pick apart docks with this bait right here. I'm going to be able to get it into cover like laydowns, bushes, things like that. I can flip that in there. That 1/2 ounce has got enough speed on the fall that you're going to get some of those reaction bites. That thing's coming down through their face, and they're just going to turn and react. Pow! Eat it. That's a lot of what bites on that flip-in bite is that reaction bite. The other part is, being that it's a 1/2 ounce and it gets down to the bottom, it's going to make some contact. It's going to hit, you know, that jig, don't hit in the bottom. It's going to make a little contact under the water, especially if it lands on a hard surface. Like if you're flipping bushes, around the base of those bushes, probably going to be roots or something hard. Boom! It's going to make that hard thump, and a lot of times that triggers bites as well when you're flipping around a little jig. So again, you know, just all going back to that 1/2 ounce mini flip jig, really just a a go-to all around jig. You know, even 2 years ago in the 2020 Classic, when I caught some of my better fish. The first day I caught someone on chatterbait. Pretty much most of the rest of the tournament, my better fish were coming on that 1/2 ounce mini flip jig. I was catching some around docks. Some of them were around a road bed. I caught some on, but that 1/2 ounce was definitely the key. Getting it down in the bottom, getting in that hard structure, whether it was that road bed or around those docks. I could find those hard spots on the bottom, or the pieces of brush. There were some pieces of brush under those docks, and I would climb it up over those limbs and ticks those limbs as it comes over. Boom! I was catching the fish doing that. So that was a typical pre-spawn situation. Then you go to your summertime type situations. You know, you can cover a lot of water when you're flipping a little bit heavier jig like that. And a compact jig, you can just cover water. My go-to setup would probably be bait casting equipment, cash-in 7.2 worming rod, the John Cruz signature series. That's pretty much my go-to on that. 20-pound sunline shooter. That's kind of my go-to there. And I'm not going to be doing a huge hook set with that setup right there. You don't need to. I mean, the weed guard, if you can see, the weed guard is not super heavy. It compacts real easily. So you can just reel down, try to reel up all of your slack, and then hit them like that. That'll definitely help out quite a bit. But jig fishing is something I've really gone from starting out in ponds. You don't fish a lot of jigs, but once I started fishing on tour, my confidence just got more and more and more and more. Now it's my number one go-to lure, no matter where I'm fishing. If I had that option, it had to be put in that box, so to speak, of only grabbing one lure. And I can tell you, there are very, very few tournaments where I don't have that bad boy tied on. I would say pretty much every one of them. If it's not on the deck, it's in the rod locker, ready to go. Very rarely do I not have that thing tied up and ready to rock. But that's my number one go-to lure for fishing year-round for the next year. If I can only fish one lure, that would be it. It would be the 1/2 ounce bruiser mini flip with a super bug mini D-chunk on the back. If you have a lure that is different than mine, I definitely want to hear it. I want to see it down there in the comments. Drop it down there. What is your go-to lure? And if you want to tell us why, tell us why. If you've caught big ones on it, or if you caught whatever, let's hear it. Some people probably might say a Ned rig. That's not a bad option. Like 6 or 8 years ago, I would have said you're an idiot because Ned rigs were just coming out and I didn't totally understand Ned rig. Now I would say a Ned rig might not be a bad option for you to go to, or a shaky head, or whatever your setup is, whatever your go-to setup that you could only fish one bait all year. What would it be? Drop it down there. Let us hear what you have to say. But thanks for watching, and don't forget, subscribe or follow or whatever. Make sure you follow more of my stuff, and we'll bring you more good information.